Hi, Mahima this side from Go Ask Now Academy. Hope you all are doing good. Today, we are going to study topic 2 isothermal and adiabatic process. Here, firstly, we'll study what is isothermal process. So, when a system undergoes a physical change under the condition that the temperature of the system remains constant. Here, the condition is that the temperature of the system remains constant. Then such process is called isothermal process. Here, delta T will be equals to 0, delta U is equals to 0. So, at this time, the pressure in the volume will be is equals to constant. So, this is isothermal process. Now, isothermal curve. The graph plotting between the pressure P and the volume V of a given mass gas undergoing an isothermal changes are called isothermal curve. The graph is between P and P, and here we can see the different temperatures are there, and of mass of are undergoing mass is undergoing in the isothermal change where the temperature is constant. Okay, with the different masses, then this particular changes in the isothermal changes form a curve-like structure. This particular case is known as isothermal curve. Now, adiabatic process. When a system undergoes a change under the condition that a no exchange of heat takes place, what is happening is when we have a system, okay, and that undergoes changes a condition that there is a no exchange of heat and takes place between the system and the surrounding, then such process is called adiabatic process. So here delta Q will be equals to 0, delta U is not equals to 0. This is the condition for the adiabatic process. Then the PV gamma is equals to constant, then TV gamma minus 1 is equals to constant. So at this time, this gamma will be equals to Cp upon Cv. This particular process is adiabatic process. Mathematically, it will be look like this. Now, adiabatic curve. The graph plotting P and the versus volume V of a given mass gas undergoing the adiabatic changes are called adiabatic curve. The curve will be like this. Now, comparison between isothermal and the adiabatic curve. Adiabatic curve at the any point has a slope is steeper than the slope of the isothermal curve. The adiabatic curve at any point is slope is steeper in comparison of isothermal. From this diagram, it's clear that the adiabatic curve is steeper than the isothermal curve. Or here, slope of adiabatic curve upon slope of isothermal curve will be equals to gamma. Now, for an expansion of gases, adiabatic curve is below the isothermal curve, and for the compression of gas, adiabatic curve is above the isothermal. For both the different cases, or for firstly for the expansion, it will be below the isothermal curve, and for the compression of gas, it will be above to the isothermal curve. Now, the work done by an ideal gas in a isothermal expansion. So, W is equals to from integration from V1 to V2, then P dV. This is the work done. And applying ideal gas equation, PV is equals to mu RT from the Boyle's law. P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2. So, W is equals to, this is the standard equation, 2.3026 nu RT log 10 P1 upon P2. This is the work done by ideal gas and isothermal expansion. Now, the work done by the ideal gas in an adiabatic expansion. This is particular for the isothermal. Now, for the adiabatic, here the work done, W will be remain same. But here the Poisson law will have to apply, and the ideal gas equation P1 V1 is equals to mu RT1 and P2 V2 is equals to mu RT2. Then we get W is equals to mu R upon gamma minus 1 T1 minus T2. So, this is the required work done in a adiabatic expansion. Now, let's compare between the isothermal and the adiabatic process. What actually the difference is between both of them, isothermal and the adiabatic process. So, isothermal process, here that this temperature remains constant. So, obviously delta T is equals to 0. And here delta Q is equals to 0. Delta U is equals to 0 and delta U is not is equals to 0. PV is constant in the isothermal process, where PV gamma is constant in the adiabatic process. Isothermal is a very slow process, and where adiabatic is a fast process. System should be surrounded by the material of an infinite conductivity. Here the conductivity will be infinite, and here the system should be surrounded by the material of a zero conductivity. It means insulator. Obviously, the conductivity is not there. It means it will work as an insulator. So obviously, like, just keep in mind the adiabatic process, there will be no conductivity or zero conductivity. Or here in the isothermal process, the material is having infinite conductivity. Slope of the curve is minus P by B, and here it will be minus gamma P upon B. Specific heat of the gas should be infinite, and here the specific heat of the gas should be 0. Now, as the specific heat mentions, we have to study specific heat for the different thing, is like for the constant volume, for the constant pressure, and also the molar specific heat at the constant volume for constant pressure as well, and the relation between them. Firstly, specific heat at the constant volume. So, specific heat at the constant volume will be represented as Cv of a gas is the amount of the heat required to raise the temperature of a 1 gram of the gas through 1 degree Celsius when the volume is kept at constant. Here unit is also defined, which is calorie, G inverse and C inverse. So this is the specific heat at the constant volume. Same for the constant pressure, it will be represented as Cv or Cp of the gas, amount of the heat required to raise the temperature of the 1 gram gas through for the 1 degree Celsius 1 Kelvin, where pressure is kept constant. Here volume is constant, and here the pressure is constant. Unit is calorie, G inverse, degree Celsius inverse. Now the molar specific of heat at a constant volume. So molar specific heat at the constant volume will be represented as Cv of a gas is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a 1 mole of the gas through 1 degree Celsius or a 1 Kelvin when the volume is kept constant. This equation will be Cv is equals to m and then small c and v, where m is the molecular mass of the gas. This will be the molar specific heat at the constant volume. Now, second is the molar specific heat at a constant pressure. So, specific heat at a constant volume will be represented as Cp of a gas is the amount heat required to raise the temperature of a 1 mole of gas through the temperature, 1 mole of the gas, here it was the 1 gram, but here it is a 1 mole for the molar specific heat of a 1 degree Celsius, or we say 1 Kelvin, when the pressure is kept constant. As the word determines, it is for the constant pressure, so the pressure will be constant over here. So the equation will be Cp, m, small c and then P, again where m is the molecular mass of the gas. So here we have concluded the molar specific heat at a constant pressure, and the unit will be calorie, mole inverse, degree Celsius inverse, and the joule, mole inverse, and then Kelvin inverse. Now relation between Cp and the Cv of ideal gas, which is also called as Mayer's relation. So it will be Cp minus Cv is equals to R. This molar specific heat constant pressure minus molar specific heat at the constant volume represented by Cp. It will be, specific heat of the constant volume and the specific heat of the constant pressure. It will be Cp minus Cv, which is equals to R, where R is the universal gas constant, and it is also like already predefined the value of R, which is 8.31 joule, mole inverse and then Kelvin inverse. So R is the universal constant, value is already predefined. Now let's move ahead with the key equation and the formulas which has been derived from the concept which we have studied. Isothermal process, PV is always constant. For the adiabatic process, PV gamma is equals to constant, T gamma minus 1 is constant. So the equation P gamma minus 1 is equals to constant. Value of gamma is equals to Cp upon Cv. Slope of the isothermal curve will be minus P by V. Slope of the adiabatic curve will be minus gamma P by B. Relation between the slope of adiabatic curve and the slope of isothermal curve. So slope of adiabatic curve upon slope of isothermal curve will be equals to gamma. Work done by an ideal gas in isothermal expansion, W is equals to 2.3026 nu RT log 10 P1 upon P2 for the pressure, V2 upon V1 for the volume. For isothermal expansion. For the adiabatic expansion, it will be like W is equals to 1, rho minus 1, gamma minus 1, then P1 V1 minus P2 V2, then nu gamma minus 1, and then T1 minus T2. This is for the adiabatic expansion. Molar specific heat at a constant volume. Cv is equals to mCv, where m is the molecular mass of the gas and Cv is equals to the specific heat at a constant volume. Molar specific heat at the constant pressure will be Cp, mCp, where m is the molecular mass of the gas. Cp is the specific heat at the constant pressure. And the relation we have studied, Cp minus Cp is equals to R. R is the universal gas constant, defined as 8.31 joule mole inverse and then Kelvin inverse. So these are the important key equation and the formulas. Now on the basis of the concept which we have studied, let's move ahead with one more question. An adiabatic process occurs at a constant heat. As it's we are not talking about the isothermal, it's adiabatic process, so it will here the heat will be constant. The relation between the T and the pressure P of the ideal adiabatic process is, so we have started it that the T gamma on P gamma minus 1 will be equals to constant. Write the relation between the temperature and the pressure of an adiabatic changes. Ideal is T gamma P gamma minus 1 is equals to constant. Also, work done on the gas will be maximum in isobaric process. Give an example of an adiabatic process, propagation and the longitudinal wave. So these are the very common questions. And now let's move ahead with the 2 marks question. Firstly, we have a condition that two different adiabatic paths for the same intersect with the T1 and T2 shown in the PV diagram. How does the ratio of BA, means this one, and the BD in the VD compare with the ratio of BB and BC? So see, the graph is totally between the P and B. For the adiabatic curve, it will be T1, VA and gamma minus 1. Say for the 2, T2, VD, gamma minus 1. This is adiabatic curve for the AD. Now, adiabatic curve for the BC will be like T1, VB, gamma minus 1, T2, BC, gamma minus 1. So, we can see the things are same. So, the ratio will be like BA upon BD is equals to BV upon BC. So, this will be the ratio between both BA upon BD and the BV upon BC. Now, compare Cp minus Cv, the equations is for we have started is equals to R for an ideal gas with a thermodynamic equation which is Tu dq minus Pde. Mathematical expression has been given, so we'll have to compare both. So here du is equals to dq minus Pdv. This is the equation. We can write it as dq is equals to du plus dv. And this we write as Cp dt minus Cb dt and then R dt. Here dq is the what we can say heat or energy, and here we just rearrange this equation. Cp dt is equals to Cb dt plus R dt. So given to an ideal gas, du increases in the internal energy and Pdv in the external work done. And here Cp or dt heat given to the ideal gas at the constant pressure and Cp dt that is internal energy. So RdT is the external work done. From this particular equation, we have concluded the external energy, internal energy, external work done and all. Now, prove the difference in the molar specific heat of an ideal gas is nearly 2 calorie mole inverse Kelvin inverse given R is equals to 8.31 joule mole inverse then Kelvin inverse. So here Cp minus Cv is equals to R, the equation we have read. We will just substitute. We also have the value of R. It convert it in the calorie, it will be 1.99 calorie. Then Cp minus Cv, we just minus it and here we get the value which is 2 calorie. So from the equation we have proved the difference in the molar specific heat and the of an ideal gas. Now, in an experiment, the specific heat at the constant volume and the helium atomic mass is the 4 is measured to be 0.746 calorie gram inverse degree Celsius inverse. Does this value agree with the theoretical value? So, theoretical value is Cv is equals to 3 by 2 R. So, Cv is equals to 3 by 2 into 8.31. We have the value. So, value changes in the temperature. 1 joule is this. So, 1 mole is equals to 4. We get Cv is equals to 12.465 upon 4.1. We have converted the value and here we get the value of Cv which is equals to 0.7455 calorie and then gram inverse. Now, heat is neither given nor taken from the gas in an adiabatic expansion. Thus, the internal energy of the gas changes in the process or temperature. Explain it. So, we know that in adiabatic process, Q is equals to 0. From the first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equals to Q minus 0. So, we get delta U is equals to minus W. It means the internal energy decreases and the temperature also decreases. Here it is proved. When internal energy is decreasing, this temperature is also decreasing. Now, let's move ahead with this one. Two samples, 3 marks question. Two samples of the same age gas are taken in the two vessels at the same pressure and the same volume. The gas is one vessel is compressed isothermally and that in the adiabatic lead till each vessel the volume becomes half of the initial volume. So these changes in the PV curve in which case will be the final temperature will be higher and in which case final pressure will be higher. So three things we'll have to find. Firstly, this graph will be between P and B. First, we will have to show the PV curve, changes in PV curve. So the volume will be like P by 2 and then B, then here P and then 2P. So, and that firstly, the graph is between B by 2 and the 2, according to the condition. And again, the second one is like B by 2 and P, then P and P. So here, the 3 points actually are there. So this will be considered as a PV curve or the changes in the PV curve. This particular will show the isothermal temperatures constant, where this will show as a adiabatic constant. So these are the changes on the PV curve, and in which case the final temperature will be higher. So final temperature will be higher in the adiabatic compression and final pressure will be higher in the adiabatic compression. Both the temperature and the pressure will be higher in a adiabatic compression. Now, second is explain clearly the difference between isothermal and the adiabatic process if the examples of each. So, definition, let's study again. Like when the system undergoes a change condition, there is a no exchange heat place between that system and the surrounding. Then the such process is called adiabatic process. An example of an adiabatic process is the vertical flow of air. Atmosphere air expands and cools, it rises. This was the example for the isothermal. When the system undergoes physical changes, the condition, the temperature of the system remains constant. Then such process is the isothermal. Change of the state and the different liquid melting point, evaporation of the example of isothermal process. Okay. Now, next one is what are the isothermal and adiabatic curve. So, show them in the diagram and prove the slope of the adiabatic curve at the point gamma times and the slope of the isothermal curve. Firstly, or the curve will have to do. We'll explain what is isothermal curve. So, the graph plotting is between P and B of the given mass and undergoing an isothermal changes is called isothermal curve. And same adiabatic curve is the graph is between P and B of the given mass undergoing adiabatic changes are called adiabatic curve. For isothermal changes, isothermal curve. For adiabatic changes, adiabatic curve. So, to find the slope of the isothermal curve, PV is equals to constant. Then P dV plus D dP is equals to 0. So, graph would be like this. Steeper and slower we have started in the first step only. Then the slope of the isothermal curve will be dP upon dV for the isothermal, which will be equals to delta P upon B. To find the slope of adiabatic curve, PV gamma is equals to constant. We'll differentiate this particular equation and we get dP upon dV is equals to minus gamma, PV gamma minus 1 upon V gamma is equals to minus gamma, and then P by B. So, slope of the curve will be minus gamma P upon V. Slope of the adiabatic curve, and this gamma is the slope of the isothermal curve. We get here the slope of isothermal curve equation this and slope of adiabatic will be this. Now, explain why the specific heat of the gas constant pressure is greater than the constant volume. So, firstly, let us consider a 1 mole of an ideal gas in an equilibrium at a pressure P and the volume V and the temperature T. So, Cp is the molar specific heat at the constant pressure and Cv is the molar specific heat at the constant volume. Now, say the gas is heated at the constant volume so that the temperature is raised by an infinitesimal amount, which is Tt. So, heat applied will be dq Cv upon dt, and the work done is 0 since the volume remains constant. There will be no work done. So, we'll apply the first law of thermodynamics, which is du dq upon dw. du is equals to Cv dt, and so we get du is equals to Cv and then dt. This will be the first equation. Now say the same gas is heated at the constant pressure P. Temperature is raised by the infinitesimal amount. So heat supplied will be dq Cp dt, and then change in volume will be dV, and the work done will be dW P dV. Now applying the first law again, here we get du is equals to Cp dt minus Pd. This will be the second equation. Now from the second and the first equation we get Cb dt is equals to Cp dt minus Pdv, or finally we get Cp minus Cv dt and then Pdv. Now using the equation for the state of 1 mole gas, Pv is equals to RT. So when we differentiate, we get Pdv is equals to RdT. When we substitute this in the equation number 3rd, and we get Cp is equals to Cb plus R. This is the specific heat of the gas with the constant pressure is bigger than the specific heat of the constant volume. Here it is proved. Now, in the figure, PV curve AB and AC gas shown, and one of the isothermal and another one is the adiabatic changes. We'll have to find something. First is which curve denotes which changes and why. How much work will be done on the gas in the AB? Will the internal energy of the gas increases or the pressure? And how much heat the gas will take or give? Discuss the above fact and the changes AC, and also how much work done will be done from the B to C, and how much work will be done the gas taken along with the path A, B, C, A, or will be the change in the internal energy. So first is which curve denotes the changes and why. So here A and B is showing the isothermal changes, and A and C is showing the adiabatic thing. Since the slope AB is the smaller than the slope AC, that's why we have concluded that AB is isothermal and AC is adiabatic. Second is how much work done is afterwards. So work done by the isothermal, W is the area for AB, ABDE, this area. Okay. So no changes in the energy. So here the delta U will be 0. Heat taken will be Q delta U plus W is equals to 0 plus area of A, B, T and E. So heat taken will be is equals to area of this, as internal energy is 0. Third is work done by the gas in adiabatic process. Work done is ACDE. ACDE. Now this area. Heat is again 0. So here change in energy delta U is equals to Q minus W, which is equals to 0 minus area of ACDE. So change in internal energy will be equals to minus of area ACDE, and here this minus is representing the energies decreasing. Third is work done from B to C is equals to W PdV. From this B to C point, it will be pressure into delta volume, then delta V is 0, W is 0. Delta V is 0, so obviously work done will also be 0, 0. No volume, then no work. And work done for the closed path ABC is equals to work done is equals to area of a VCA. So change in internal energy is 0, so delta U is equals to 0. So according to the condition, we have answered all the 5 questions. Now, let's move ahead with the numerical part. Here, the volume of an ideal gas in a vessel is 2 liter at the normal pressure 1 into 10 raised to the power 5 Newton per meter. The pressure of the gas is increased under the isothermal condition. Second is under the adiabatic condition, until its volume remains 1 liter. Find the increased pressure of the gas. So, gamma for the air is 1.4, log 10 2 is equals to 0.3010, and then log 10 2.64 is equals to 0.4214. So, in isothermal condition, we know P1 is equals to P2 is equals to V2. So, P1 we have this normal pressure P1 into 10 raised to the power 5. P1 we have 2 liter, V2 2 liter. So, substitute the equation. Here we get P2 is equals to 2 into 10 raised to the power 5. So, this is for the first increase in the pressure at the isothermal condition. In the adiabatic condition, P1, V1 rho, and then P2, V2 the rho. We'll substitute the value. Here we get 2 rho is equals to 2.64. To evaluate the 2 rho, we'll have take log 10. So when we solve it, we get 2 rho is it's 2 gamma is equals to 2.64. So we'll put this equation and put this value in the equation number 1. Then P2 is equals to 10 raised to the power 5 into 2 gamma. So the value of pressure P2 is equals to, we get here from 2.64 into 10 raised to the power 5. It is increased at the adiabatic compression. So for the P2 increased in isothermal condition, and as well P2 is increasing at the adiabatic condition as well. Now, the initial pressure of the gas is 5 into 10 raised to the power 5 Newton meter minus 2, and it is a volume is compressed to 1/9 of the additional volume adiabatically. What will be the pressure of the gas in the condition for the gas gamma is equals to 3 by 2. So, firstly, for the adiabatic expansion, we have an equation. We get P1 is equals to this, V2, and then gamma is equals to 3 by 2. We'll put the equation here. Then we get the value of P2, which is equals to 1.35 into 10 raised to the 7 Newton per meter. This will be the final pressure of the gas, which will be denoted as a P2. U2. Then the volume of the given mass is air doubled with the adiabatic expansion. If the initial pressure of the air is 80 centimeter of the mercury, what will be the final pressure if the gamma is equals to air of given? So again, this equation will come for the adiabatic expansion. It will be P1 B1 gamma, then P2 V2 gamma. P1 is equals to 80 centimeter. Values are given, we substitute the value, we get the final pressure P2 is equals to 30.1. So these are almost same with the one equation, the adiabatic extension or the isothermal equation. You'll have to find it out. Now, another is a monoatomic ideal gas at the 17 degrees Celsius is suddenly compressed to 1/8 of its initial volume. Find the final temperature. Monoatomic gas is also given. So, process is very sudden. So, obviously, it is an adiabatic process. As we know, adiabatic is a fast process and it is very sudden thing. So, we'll conclude it as an adiabatic process. Then, we write the equation and here we substitute all the values, whatever we have according to the question. Then we get value of this equation 2 in 219 to V1 gamma minus 1 P2 1/8 V1 gamma minus 1. We will simplify this and we get the value of T2 is equals to 887 degrees Celsius, which will be the final temperature. This is what we'll have to find, the final temperature of the gas, which is 887 degrees Celsius. Now, an ideal gas of the volume 1 liter at a pressure 8 temperature expands adiabatically until the pressure drops of to 1 atmosphere. Find the final volume of above done where gamma is equals to 1.5. Thing values are given. So, as a process adiabatic, will substitute the equation P1 B1 gamma and P2 V2 gamma. Put all the values in the equation. Here we get the value B2 is equals to 4 liter, which is the final volume. So, work done will have to find. We also know the work done equation for the adiabatic process. W is equals to 1 upon gamma minus 1, then P1 V1 P2 minus V2, and here we get the value of W, which is equals to 810 minus 4 joule. So, one more 0.1 mole of the nitrogen is heated from 27 degrees Celsius to 327 degrees Celsius at the constant pressure. Determine the heat given to the gas, increase in the internal energy of the gas, and the work done. So, values are given. We'll have to find the heat. So, amount of the heat given is Q is equals to mu Cp delta T. Then mu is equals to 0.1 mole. So, Cp is equals to 7. We'll substitute the value. Also, the delta is equals to mu Cv dt. Here we get the value of Cb as well. So, internal energy increases from this. So, work done is Q minus delta U 210 minus 150. So, we get the value of internal energy, which will be is equals to this 60 calorie. So, this is all about the topic 2. Thanks for watching. Also, if you would like to understand these concepts even better or need a personalized guidance, then you can reach out to the Go Ask Now Academy for 1-to-1 or a live tutoring session as well. So, still you have a doubts or want a teacher to guide you personally, please join our team, join our tutoring services, which is a Go Ask Now Academy. Will help you to learn the every concept with the ease. If you have any question or want to learn tutor live, just contact Go Ask Now Academy. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and just stay tuned for the topic 3, which is heat engine. Thank you.